Hello, welcome to Taekwondo Training. I'll be your instructor for today's show, Bob Lemire, and your host. What I'd like to do today is, what we're going to work on is really basic 1-2 punch and follow with a kick. Can't get any basic, and that's what we do when you start a school with the school. You learn how to punch, all right? When you're going to start lessons, you learn how to punch. You learn a front snap kick, you learn a side thrust kick, maybe a front round kick within the first couple of weeks, just to get you an idea of some of the kicks. Basic, but basic works, and especially if you need it in a situation. I'm going to show you how to throw some good punches, fast punches. We're going to show you how to do a hip jog, even though that's advanced, and then follow up with a kick, and how everything should work in a smooth pattern, one big smooth flow. I always say, go with the flow, so that your body's going in the same direction and the power is going to be generated 5 times more than if you did it on the opposite side or against the flow. All right, so I'm going to make sure we're in a left fighting stance. All right, we'll start with the left fighting stance. Again, see my hands are up. My fists are closed. My thumbs are not anywhere but behind my fingers. All right, try to keep your like anyone who doesn't know how to throw a punch, a straight punch, all right, you want to make sure that you're going to hit with the two, the index finger and the middle finger, those two knuckles. And you say, well, because see, if move my hand this way, I could break my hand, all right, break my whole wrist, all right, if I hit these back two knuckles. So if you hit straight here, and it's a straight line, and you go up to a wall, and just put your two knuckles on the wall, that's exactly how you want to end your punch. Especially if we're doing straight punches. That's all we're going to do today. 5 basic techniques today, but I'm going to break them down so it's so easy for you to. Remember, you always got to stretch before you start any of these exercises. Try to stretch for at least 10, 15 minutes. Warm up your body, all right? Especially in the winter months. Hands are always up. Now, you don't want to bring your hands up here, and you don't want them to bring down here. And a lot of people will flash you there here. No. Bring it so, I like it so that my closed fist, if I went like this, I could touch my chin. That's how high I'm keeping them. All right? That way you can block and you're ready just to throw the punch straight. You're not bringing the punch up. We don't do that in Taekwondo. We're straight. All right? Fastest, 2 points, straight. All right? Your hands are up. When you're in that fighting stance, you're nice and relaxed. Look at everything's loose. My ankles are loose. My knees are loose. My hips loose. My upper body's loose. I'm not straight and tight. No, that's no good. You got to be loose. And you practice being loose also. Go in the mirror, and your fighting stance is shoulder width apart with your feet, almost like you're walking. All right? Boom, you're right there. All right? It's nice and relaxed. You're right in the middle. And you can move your body pretty quick back and forth if you're in that fighting stance. Hands are up. When your hands are up here, all right, very quickly, all right, you throw your punch out or your jab, all right, and look at how I'm twisting. All right, so I'm here and I twist, all right, and the very last second when I'm going to hit, I make my twist and I hit my target. Right? That's what say like a jab, and I'm calling it a jab because in boxing, if you're you're a righty and you're jabbing with your left to get in your opponent's face, all right, just so that you can come in with your strong dominant hand, the dominant side, which will give you more power. That would be your right. So from here, 1, 2, look at 1, 2. 1, 2, 2. And as my left goes here, and then my right comes, look at my left. This couldn't be any more basic. But people, I watch black belts and stuff, their hands are all over the place. Keep your hands up. Protect your head. This is running the whole show. You get hit, this gets damaged, you're going down. Hands here, 1, 2, look at. Right? 1, 2, in the mirror. Right? And you can practice in the mirror, keeping your hands up, right? Kind of moving around, staying in the stance. Always stay in the stance. Don't walk this way or this way, You have to be relaxed. like a dance, all right? It's almost like a dance. Ba-da, look at, all right, I'm moving around. A stagnant stationary target's easy to hit. A target moving around, that's hard to hit. They're going to try to get to you, distance-wise and wherever you might be. So remember that. Always be on the move. Try to move around, all right? Especially if you need it. Someone's going to attack you or someone coming at you. Always try to get away from them. Don't get close to them. Get to a point where you're going to be the exact spot where you want to finish your punches or even your kick, all right? So you rule that whole situation with your distance, all right? So you're in a fighting stance here. Your hands are up, all right? Boom, boom. You practice. Practice in the mirror. Practice on pads. Practice with your friends. 1, 2. Straight punch. 1, 2, all right? Now, as I get better, I'm going to try to get my hip into it. Bah, bah, bah. See my belt? It starts flapping. Bah, bah. And all you're doing is snapping your wrist. I mean your hip. And when you snap your hip, all right, you're following. It's like a whip. You're coming up, and you're following through with your attack on your punch. So that's fairly easy, especially if you're a beginner and you've already started Taekwondo. That's very easy. That's basic, but important. One of the most important things you can start with is that basic 1-2 punch. All right? Keep your hands nice and tight, too. You hit someone with your hands kind of open, you're going to break your fingers if you can get a good shot on them. So you're here, all right? Now, 1, 2, and then I'm going to throw a kick, all right? So I'm going to go 1, 2, front snap kick. 1, 2. Now, 1, 2, look at once I'm throwing my punch, I'm getting ready. So the punch is going. Whether it hits its target or not won't matter if I can throw a front snap kick, all right, and connect with that. So this might just be getting into their face where they blink or they move a little. Then all of a sudden they're wide open, and I'm going to keep my kicks short. We won't go high. I know if I go too high, people say, I can't do that. That's too high for me, so I'm not even going to bother. So if I keep them low, that's midsection. That'll do damage. Low section, all right? The groin area, a lot of damage. The knees, a lot of damage. So you really don't always have to go high. Taekwondo, the more you practice, the better you get, the more loose you get. Then you want to get fancy. That's fine with me. In the beginning, stay around this area because you can always hit them with your high section punches to their face. So that's one combination. One of a million combinations, one way or another. But I'm just going to show you front snap, side thrust, and front round. Front snap's so easy, all right? 1, 2, chamber. 1, 2, chamber. Just keep doing that exercise. 1, 2, chamber. Look at when I go up here, my foot. I'm not going up this way because I'd end up with a heel kick. I want to come up here so that I can extend that foot out, all right? All right? If I have my sneakers on, right with the tip of my sneakers. No shoes, all right? Curl your toes back, all right? You got to curl your toes back, and look at this on the floor, all right? Curl your toes. This is a good way to practice it, by stretching your toes this way. Then as you throw the kick, your toes, the ball of your foot's going to hit, not your toes. You can hit with your toes, but again, now those little digits, they hit their target and they hit it well, they're going to break. Right? It's hard to really get muscles on your toes and stuff so that they won't break when you hit something, especially a board or even the heavy bag. So you have to learn how to use the ball of your foot. How basic is that? 1, 2, 3. I'm only going to do my right here. You always want to do right and left, all right? So you're going 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. See the flow? If I did the opposite side, 1, 2, 3, it's a flow. 1, 2, 3. And if you practice that over and over, everything gets strong. You're building up your whole upper body by constantly moving. Your lower body, your midsection, your core, everything's getting a workout, all the way down to your feet. That's what's great about martial arts or ballet or dancing or gymnastics. your whole body is just getting that fluid motion. You're not just using one part of your body. And there's your yin and yang, you know. You want to, everything want to be balanced. You have to be balanced. That's why we do left and right all the time. All right, to balance. You don't want one muscle to get better or way too much faster or better and stronger and the other one get weak. Because then you're at a disadvantage to someone who doesn't. And it's not good for your body. Now, 1, 2, 1, 2, side thrust kick. Now, as I do this 1, 2 side thrust kick, I chamber, come down, and then I bring it back. All right, chamber is important. All right, side thrust, 1, 2, front snap, chamber, then come back. After you kick, always come back. Kick, and then come back. All right? Same thing with the side thrust. 1, 2, side thrust. 1, 2, side thrust. I'm just going midsection. 1, 2, side thrust. All right? Side thrust is a strong kick. You hit someone in the midsection, groin area, especially the knees, you'll break that knee. So you have to watch it when you're practicing with your friends. Don't say, watch how close we can come. Somebody's going to get hurt. All right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. See how I came back with this one? 1, 2, 3, and then side thrust kick. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now, after you do the side thrust kick, I say chamber, back. You can drop to the front, or you could kick and just come right back here. All right. There's two different scenarios, depending on what you want to do. And as you keep doing this, you're going to add more kicks. So the combinations, you're going to want to step into one step so that you get the next kick off and everything gets a flow. See how this flows together? 1, 2, 3. It flows together. Now I'm ready. Don't throw 1, 2, 3 and then drop that way. All right? You see when I drop my whole body, like now I'm ready for someone to come and attack me. They're going, look at this guy, he's way off balance. That's side thrust. Very easy. Up. When you hit the side thrust, we call it a knife edge. All right? Just a good way to start. Take your foot, go like this, and bring it up. Bring it up and kick out, keeping your foot that way, all right? To the side is a good way to just start. All right, up, pop, up, pop, up, chamber, down, and down. Up, chamber, and back. To the front, 1, 2, chamber, and back. All right? That's side thrust kick. So front snap, side thrust, basic kicks, but some of the most important kicks you could ever use. And this is also 1, 2 when you want to break boards, your first test, your tournament, whatever. Punch, punch, front snap kick. Easy kick, nice break. Same thing with side thrust. You go 1, 2, side thrust kick. All right? Now front round kick. 1, 2, now you're coming. We're not doing a 45, which is a 45 angle. All right? In a 45, I usually like this midsection. A front round comes up on a 90-degree angle and comes in and then back. Parallel to the floor. All right? And what you do is you practice these kicks on their own, and then you add 1, 2, 3. How's that? So basic, so basic. You don't get these basics down, you're never going to get any advanced. You're not going to advance right. And any little bad habit that we all pick up. I'm not saying I don't. I always did. My instructor would let me know. He would say I drop my hands too much when I'm, because I used to like to box too, and my hands were all over the place. And he'd want them straight here, and I'd be Sugar Ray Leonard. He didn't like that. Keep your hands up. Hey, I'm a 5th to 6th degree black belt, and he's yelling at me, keep my hands up. So that's just the way it goes. All right. 1, 2, 3, and down. See how relaxed and effortless you can make that? It's so effortless. Oh. And that's how you want to train. You don't want to go, get all tight. You want to be nice and relaxed and let your body and your legs flow. All right, 1, 2, front round kick. 1, 2, front round. You go back and forth, front round, up and down. If you have a long area, you can work out. So that's pretty, that's pretty basic. At the beginning of this year, I want to start with real basic stuff, as we just did. Then I want to fly into some a little more advanced this year. I've been doing this show for 35 years, kept it as basic as I possibly can, just so people don't look at advance and say, all right, let's watch something else. But if they go, well, I could do that, it's all you're not. You need to start, you need to grab them, and now they're ready to go. Another thing I'd like to do, and I'm going to change the subject completely, and I'm really into this a lot. The last 3 or 4 years, I've gotten into it even more, and it's so important for athletes, any athlete, and that's reflexology, all right, or acupressure also. Acupressure, reflexology, almost the same, but a little different. This right here, all right, is I just printed this off the printer, Google, and it's a picture of all the points in your hand, all right? If you massage them and you work them, how they're going to help parts of your body. That all boils down to the Chinese 300,000 years, I don't know how many years ago. They perfected this, and they keep practicing it. And people say, well, how did they figure it out? They figured it out by trial and error like we do on any medicine or anything we do. It started working on one person, and they just take a point and press another person. And if 5 people had the same results, they knew they were onto something. Then they'd practice thousands and thousands. Then they'd practice different parts of your body. All right? All parts of your body will go through the brain. It all happens with your parasympathetic nervous system, and I'm not going to get into that. I'm not a doctor, by the way, so maybe you want to talk to the doctor about it. Then it goes down to that certain spot. Why it works, who knows? It's the way the whole your body is. But you can print one of these out. And the nice thing about this one is it's got pictures of what it's helping when you massage. Pictures of your eye, pictures of your liver, pictures of your kidney, all right? Your legs, your arms. And what you do, okay, what I try to tell people when you're going to start, you just start. When you're watching TV at night, all right? Think of this. You're watching TV, you're just sitting there. Now we scroll. So you're already doing something with your hands. But anyway, you're watching TV, or you're in a you're in a traffic jam, or you're waiting at the store for the next carriage to go by the cash register, and you're just standing there. Do some reflexology, all right? All right? Acupressure, I like to call it acupressure, on your whole hand, both of them. And I mean press on certain spots. Certain spots are going to help certain parts of your body. And if you press them all within a half hour, you've given your whole body this refreshing, I won't even know how to call it. It just refreshes your body and helps heal your body. I wasn't a believer until my knee, from 50-something years of Taekwondo, I have meniscus problems, and I had to have a little out. And the knee was always sore when I do a lot of training or even walking. Always sore in that. I started pressing, all right? I started pressing this part, right where you bend your elbow, right? There's a little crease there. I do massages there because I heard that works. Within seconds, I have no more pain in my leg, and that'll last it could last 20 minutes to half hour. It's just gone, all right? Like I can't lift my leg. I start doing this, all right, and I'm lifting my leg without any pain or anything, any problem, all right? And I'm like, wow, if that works, let's do some studying in it. And I've been studying it. I love it. And it's all over YouTube. Reflexology. And give me a text. Text my show. Let me know if you've tried it and how great it works, because I know it does. When you're massaging, you're watching TV and you're massaging all parts of your hand, in between your knuckles, all your fingers, all right? Every knuckle. Give it a nice massage. Give it a good 15, 20-second massage. Go to the next one. There's a lot of spots on your hands. So like I say, a half hour, you might get through them all, both sides. And even underneath the hand, these are major spots. Look them up. These are major spots for helping your shoulder, helping your knee. All right? It beats taking a lot of medication, which, it'll solve that problem and then take your liver out in the meantime. All right? But you got good knees, but your liver doesn't like it, or your kidneys or whatever. This way, you can't beat it. You're getting a good massage, especially when you wake up in the morning. As you get older, you're like, oh, I can't. Start massaging them. Get the blood flowing. And as you're massaging your hands and helping your hands, going up into your brain, pituitary gland, the whole gamut. It's all scientific and it's all medical. That's what I'm saying. It started in China 3,000 years ago or whatever, and now science is proving it's right. All right. So I tell anyone training, anyone working out, anyone who's sore. You're always sore. I'm 70 years old. You stay sore, but all right. If there's ways that you can stop that soreness, and this just doesn't stop with your hands, but I'm saying you're just sitting there watching TV. Why not try it? And if you do this before you go to bed, you're going to get one good night's sleep. I especially like the thumb. You press your thumb, your nail, your thumb, press that for 30 seconds, really tight. Then press the side. So you press the front, 30 seconds, the side, do both sides. That goes right up, calms you right down. That's the reason we can't sleep half the time. We're all wired up. I'm always wired. So if I go to bed wired, this way I'm like, whoa, it calms you down and within seconds. And I do breathing exercises also. You breathe in for 6. I do 6, hold it for 8, and breathe out 10 or 12. All right? And count as you're doing it. So if you're counting and you're doing if I'm doing both of them together, I'm out within 5 minutes. If you're counting as you're breathing and you're doing this, your mind is only on your counting and your breathing and doing this. It's not on all your problems all day. And those problems are future problems or whatever we're thinking of sometimes keeps us up all night. It's proven you can't really think of two things at once really well. You can't think. You might get a little, if you're really concentrating on your breathing and counting, all right, you're concentrating on that. You see the number, 1, 2, as you breathe in, 3, you're looking at the number. Hold it, looking at the number. At the same time, start doing some reflexology or acupressure. They're different, in my world the same. You'll see if you do a little homework, you'll be happy you did. And if you say, well, my elbow, my shoulder hurts. My shoulders usually hurt, especially if you're working out a lot. Google, YouTube, acupressure for shoulder. You'll have thousands of them. Watch if you do 2, 3, 4 of them, they're the same. They're all going to say, a lot of them are going to say the same thing. Some of them might have points in your ear, or some might have points somewhere else. But there are other points also, not just one point that will help you with the shoulder pain or any pain. So think of that, watch it, practice it. Don't practice for 5 minutes going, this don't work. Practice it a couple of times a day or a whole week, one night. A whole week, every night you go sit down, you watch TV and stuff. Stop scrolling for 10 minutes. Do this. Or even if you're scrolling, put it on your phone on your lap and start doing these exercises. It's really not Taekwondo, but if you can't train because you're of pain, then it is Taekwondo. It's everything, and not just Taekwondo. Any sport. Every sport has something that if you do over and over, you start getting the elbow problem, the knees. The knees are the worst, and the ankles, especially for any sport. Basketball, football. Baseball, not as much, but baseball's got its own with the throwing and all that. Hockey. So you understand what I'm saying. And there are ways, reflexology and acupressure. Acupressure, you say, well, what does he mean acupressure? It's not acupuncture with the needles. And that is what it started with the needles. And when they hit one point, it helps another point. And there's millions and millions and millions of people who go to acupuncture every day, and they're so happy with it. It saved their life. It saved their whole life and their value of life. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'd rather try something else, and I'm doing the acupressure. Might not be as great or as good because I don't know, because I don't have the experience as of the acupuncture. But it's a start. And if you have one specific area, your knee, go and check all the spots and then practice that and watch. You're going to be amazed. You're going to be a believer. All right? I'm skeptical unless I see it happen in my own life. And I go, wow, this is unbelievable. And what it'll do is it'll relax you. You'll sleep better. You'll be able to move better. And it beats the drugs. Advil or aspirin or whatever they have, it's not going to bother your insides, all right, your internal organs that take the beating, all right? Some not as much as the other and some more than others. Why take the chance? Let's go natural like they did many, many thousands of years ago and, lived a long, long life. If you have an elderly person who all arthritic, have them work on this. They're there anyway watching TV, or they're there just sitting. Have them take one hand, and it's a good workout. It'll get your forearms going. It'll get all the muscles in your hand, your fingers working, all right? And in the meantime, it's going through your body. It's flowing through your body, all right? They call it meridians, all right? This spot is the meridian goes up to that spot. Don't know how it works. I know it does work. I hope you enjoyed the show today. I took off in a different direction, but I have to. And I will periodically, especially different spots. Your feet, same thing. All right? So I'm not going to go down and do my feet on the show, but different parts of your body. All right? If you do acupressure, you're going to get a relief, and it is going to be one of the greatest things you ever have in your life. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can see this show on YouTube also if you want. Give me a message how you like the show. Also, drakettv.org. You can catch the show there many a time. All right? And a lot of my old shows are on the YouTube and they're on drakettv.org. So, easy way for you to train. All right? If you can't get out, you can't spend money, you don't have time to go out, train with me. I do it a half hour every other week. I try to get you a new show. All right? So I hope you enjoyed the show. Till next time, have fun and train hard.